What's up guys, Boss here, and in today's video we're going to be playing some Path of Legends. We're in League 9 right now, we're close to Ultimate Champion, and we're going to be using the best log bait deck in the game right now. So there were 3 accounts that finished in the top 10 last season. It was all with the same person, but 3 different accounts. Top 10 with this log bait deck right here, 3.0 log bait cycle with the Mighty Miner. If you don't have Mighty Miner leveled up, you probably could use Valkyrie or Knight as a replacement. Before we head in the first game, if you guys would like to support me, you can use my creator code BOSS in any Supercell game. So yeah, as I already said, we're a few games away from Ultimate Champion, so let's see if we can get it this video or it'll be in the next video. Alright, so we found a first game here against this Japanese player. So we got Goblin Barrel on our starting hand. I guess we can just go Goblin Barrel first play in the position where it's harder for him to activate the King Tower. He should go for a log on top of it, so log Ice Spirit. He might be using log bait himself, so we could have ourselves a mirror match our first game here. So in the mirror match, you want to try to obviously get as much chip damage as you can with things like Princess at the Bridge, but also you're going to need to rocket cycle a lot, especially as the game progresses. I'm going to send this in the other lane, I think. He's probably going to go Mighty Miner in the opposite lane as well, if I had to guess. Oh no, he actually commits a cannon, so I guess that's probably good for us that we forced a cannon out of him, but I'm going to go for a Goblin Barrel here. We're going to go Princess. He's going to go Log. I'm just going to Ice Spirit here. I have Log ready for his barrel if he decides to play it. But because we're already back to Mighty Miner, we can protect our Princess here, which is going to be pretty good, because he doesn't have a Mighty Miner in cycle right now. Considering logging that, but oh nice, it's going to splash and take it out, so that's perfect actually. Okay, nice, we were quick enough with our log there to take out. Oh, let's try to quickly do this since his log is out of cycle. Could probably get some good damage here. Yeah, look at that. He goes in for a Princess, but that's not enough to splash everything. The goblins in the back got so much damage and in the front. So incredible start to this match. It's not quite GG yet, because we do have to be careful for a potential counter push here, but I think we're fine. The most he could probably do is go for a Goblin Barrel. Maybe try to go for like an aggressive Mighty Miner, but yeah, we're completely fine. That was an incredible push on our end there. Oh my gosh, and we ended up going Mighty Miner, which caught his cannon. It wasn't even a prediction. I was gonna do it regardless of what he was gonna do, because I knew his best answer would have been like a Mighty Miner or potentially going for a cannon, and sure enough he did go cannon, so he had to waste a Mighty Miner just to take it out. So I guess we can just go for a rocket here since we already have a pretty good lead, and we pretty much just need to close it out at this point. He can't really rocket cycle us. I mean, he can of course, but it's not gonna have the same effect because he hasn't dealt any damage on our tower yet. So unfortunately for him, he has a lot of catching up to do, so we just need 2 more rockets, whereas he needs, I think, like 5 more, I want to say. So we just go Ice Spirit here. I think I'll just rocket his tower once again. We'll go for a log. Play it 1 tile up so it kills the Princess at the bridge. That's kind of a good tip, so if you know they're playing it normally, just hit the 2 goblins and then counter the 1 from behind, so you can deal with the pesky Princess at the bridge. Send this in the opposite lane. I think the bomb will take out the Princess. Yeah, it was far up enough. So Ice Spirit just to pull that to the cannon. We go for another rocket, and that's going to be GG. So a really nice outplay in single elixir gave us a pretty deciding win from the start. He wasn't able to catch up with his rocket cycle because we were ahead by so much, and sometimes that's all it takes in that mirror match. It's either like outplaying them or just a very close game, and then it comes down to rocket cycle at the end. We got Princess in our starting hand, no Goblin Barrel this time, so Princess is also a very good starting play. You can often just go Princess at the bridge first play. It's not even that risky because the worst case scenario is you might go Princess at the same time they decide to go Hog or something like that, and it'll, you know, end up getting distracted, or maybe whatever they play at the bridge. Maybe they play like a Spirit or something, or like a Mortar, but it's overall not that risky of a play. It's only 3 elixir. So this guy's obviously not liking the looks of what we're running. Maybe he's running Sparky, and Sparky, of course, is a very, very easy matchup for log bait. It's actually one of the main reasons why Sparky's, I think, horrible in this meta. Also because I think that Goblin Giant's kind of bad, so it's those 2 things combined. And yeah, sure enough, I think he is running the Sparky. So he's going to go for a mini P.E.K.K.A. We're just going to go for a rocket to hit his Musketeer as well as the mini P.E.K.K.A. there. He decides to go for arrows. We just log that back. Pretty clean defense, I would say. We didn't miss our rocket, and he's obviously frustrated because, as I said, this is quite a good matchup for us. Don't be afraid to use your rocket on their support cards, especially when you get something like a mini P.E.K.K.A. and a Musketeer next to each other. That's a very, very valuable rocket, and you know they won't be able to afford a Sparky right after spending all that elixir, so you don't have to worry about them like punishing you with the Sparky or anything like that. I'm going to just cycle and then get a rocket on his tower. I think this is the play. It's not even that aggressive because now we have a Mighty Miner on the board and he has to defend this, so it's not really like he can counter push with anything that threatening. And we got our cannon, and he's got to defend that, I think. I'm pretty sure that'll, like, yeah, I was going to say, like, that would pretty much take his tower if he didn't do anything. So we just Ice Spirit. I guess I'll take a Musky Shot here. Can you fully counter a Musk with an Ice Spirit? I think you might actually be able to. I don't know for sure. Okay, so he arrowed that. We just go for a Goblin Barrel now. Let's actually go for a Prediction Log, knowing that he'll probably... Oh, okay, so that was smart on his end not to go for Skarmy, because that would have just died to the Log. So we try to, yeah, catch him off guard there. It didn't work out. It was a good play by him. We should go Mighty Miner, though. To be honest, it doesn't really matter how we play this. Like, as long as you don't make a major mistake, it's going to be a match you win pretty easily. We just cannon, just in case we need it. I'll actually send this Mighty Miner in the other lane, because it's going to protect the Princess and apply some pressure. And it's still going to be really easy to defend. Like, we don't really need to have the... okay, good. We played the Goblins off to the side, so that way... Yeah, we're actually fine. Even though we made a little bit of a mistake, we're completely okay. That's how good this matchup is. Like, even if you make mistakes, you still can win. Unless you make a gigantic one, such as, like, if you know, let a rocket somehow connect... Or, sorry, if you somehow let a Sparky connect to your tower, that could be, like, a game-costing mistake. But mini mistakes don't matter too much, just because you can rocket cycle at the end. Like, it's so easy... in these types of matchups to get 2 rockets down at the board at the very end when you need it. So even if you're down like 1,000, it doesn't really matter that much. Again, we're just going to keep playing a rocket on the Sparky just to make things easy for us so we don't have to worry about, you know, dealing with it with support cards and stuff like that. Alright, so we'll send that in the other lane. Alright, we defended that last second. Just go for a Goblin Barrel here. And that was a little sketchy, but we're alright. Just rocketed just in case. Goblins there. And we are fine. That guy played pretty well, I have to say. Like, it got kind of close. I mean, like, at the end, if that mini P.E.K.K.A connected or he got a Sparky shot, we would have lost, so. To be fair, though, even though obviously we do have a hard counter, he didn't have a minion horde. Like, if he had minion horde, which a lot of the giant Sparky bait players do have, it would have been even easier, and he didn't have that, so he did, I guess, have that as like a way of him having a small chance, but it's still very easy. I also think Sparky Rage is probably a little easier to beat than that because Sparky Rage doesn't have arrows, and arrows at least get some value against bait, but when you're just having Zap and Rage, it's not going to do anything. So this guy's probably using some sort of bridge spam deck. Guess we'll just go for an Ice Spirit here to freeze the Prince, so this way we just counter this pretty easily here, don't even have to do anything else. We'll send in a Goblin Barrel just to see what kind of spell he's got. Probably Barb Barrel or Snowball. He decides to go E-Barb, so maybe he doesn't even have a small spell, which would be pretty interesting, but I guess that's what it's looking like so far, because I feel like if he did have one, he would have used it there, but who knows. Alright, he decides to go Musk, so let's actually send this Mighty Miner in the other lane. It will kind of support the Princess a bit, and force a response out of him. Yeah, he has to go Mother Witch. So yeah, let's just go for an Ice Spirit on top of the Musk. Cannon this. Log. Ooh, he does have that Rage. Rage is pretty good in Bridge Spam. Not too good in Sparky anymore, though. I'm going to go Goblin Barrel because he used a lot of Elixir, and he hasn't shown any sign of having a small spell yet. And yeah, there you go. Sure enough, We get a massive connection here. This is looking like a very, very easy matchup so far. Only thing we got to be a little careful about are the E-barbs, and because of the E-barbs, I'm actually going to make a decision here to let this cannon cart lock on, because I didn't want to overcommit and go goblins on those, because I know he's up elixir, and I wanted to ensure I had a counter to his E-barbs, and we can afford to do that because we're up so much. So, like, even if he got some damage with the cannon cart, which he did, like, it's alright. It's always fine to take a little bit of damage for the greater good, or just to be safe. You don't want to ever overcommit on defense when you're against a bridge spam deck. So we tried to, you know, catch us off guard with the spam at the bridge there. Not going to work. We were ready with that rocket. And this is just a fat counter for us. I would even say this matchup is easier than the match before. That's how easy it is. Like, Sparky's an easy matchup for bait, but this is, like, even easier, because he doesn't even have arrows. He's got no spell. He's just got rage. That's not going to do anything, though. So this is, like, even easier than the game before. But to be honest, oh, he does have a lightning, but doesn't even matter. I don't even need to defend that E-bar, because Tower's at full health for the most part. So just send the rocket in, clean things up, and that is going to be GG. So I guess we'll play a couple more games here. Let's head into the next one. So we got Goblin Barrel in our starting hand. We'll just go Goblin Barrel immediately and see what he wants to do. Oh, he has to Fireball it, so he had a pretty bad cycle. Either that, or he doesn't have a small spell in his deck. He probably does, though. He probably just didn't have it in rotation. So he's going to go Miner in the back. Okay, his cycle must be awful, because I'm kind of surprised he made those plays to start this game off. It's very interesting for sure. We'll send this Mighty Miner in the opposite lane. He's got a Inferno Drag, so maybe he's running like... Oh, it's okay, it's going to be Lava. I was going to say either Lava or some sort of Balloon deck. We'll just go for a Goblin Barrel here and see if he has like a Zap or something. Okay, he does have a Zap. We go Mighty Miner here to protect the Princess. Oh, wow. Okay, this is... Oh, that did go down, unfortunately. I'm going to go Princess at the bridge. If that Princess in the right lane stayed alive, that would have been really, really good. And it would have been super annoying for him, but sadly it didn't. Guess we'll just probably go for an Ice Spirit here on this Inferno Drag. It should be probably enough. Maybe I'll just go Goblins, and then let's go for a Goblin Barrel here. Knowing that he doesn't have arrows, he's got Fireballs, so we really want to keep the pressure up with the Goblin Barrel. It's just super annoying for him. And yeah, we get a ton of chip damage. It's just really frustrating for him to deal with all the spam, especially in single elixir, so that's why we got to try to take advantage of single elixir as much as we can. And he can't really Lava in the back. Like, if he does, it's just really annoying for him. So I'm going to go Princess at the bridge here. We'll see how he wants to respond. Okay, he actually goes Lava on the back, so let's pressure with a Mighty Miner in this lane. We pretty much just want to ensure that we take his tower here. He's going to go for Barbarians. Just log that, and yeah, that we will get his tower. Okay, he goes in for Skelly Dregs. We catch the Miner. That's so good for us. This is just so annoying for him. Let's go for a cannon like this. Mighty Miner in this lane. Go for a rocket here. Okay, nice. His lava's not tanking for the... Just do this. And then as long as we just defend for the next 15 seconds, we're fine. And I'm pretty sure we can do that. We just go Goblins here. Rocket to push back the Balloon. Ice Spirit. And we didn't even need the extra time. We would have defended anyway. Let's go. Yeah, we would have defended. Yeah, really nice win there. You can see when they don't have arrows, it's really, really annoying.